Tuesday, Taiwan's president told a forum of her government that the country is bolstering its military ties with the USA. It will cooperate with the USA and with other governments on issuing orders against China, including orders against authoritarian expansionism. But it gave no further details through the office. Quinn launched a government concept paper on China's plans for a global security initiative that was first announced by the Chinese president in April of last year. That paper described the ideals and the principles underpinning China's plan rather than giving specific details or logistics. The initiative will be UN-backed and advocate a concept of common security, respecting and safeguarding the sovereignty and security of Taiwan. This would allow the resolution of disputes through anything other than conflict. The plan also explicitly rejected any use of sanctions, a long-held position of China's. Moving forward, momentum in the USA is shifting towards sending long-range missiles and fighter jets to Ukraine. Michael McCaul, the Republican chairman of the House Foreign Affairs Committee, has said that the U.S. is inclining toward providing Ukraine with long-range missiles and fighter jets. McCaul warns that the U.S. has not yet decided how fast or... No one tells stories better than Audible. The storytelling, from motivation and comedy to true crime and memoirs, and so much more. Audiobooks, podcasts, and originals. That's Audible, the home of storytelling.
Turn it over.
Fast, or specifically which weapons will be delivered to Ukraine to fight against Russia. But he says, quote, I'm seeing increasing momentum toward getting the artillery and planes in. He says that in any event, we can start training the pilots right now so that they are ready. You see, no matter what you hear from Russia, from the USA, from the UN, from NATO, it doesn't matter where you hear it from, everybody behind the scenes directing this theater of war, they know that this is a multi-year, likely decade-long conflict that's going to draw in multiple European countries, not to just providing assistance, but to getting directly involved in this war. As soon as you start to see that happen, you start to see the larger picture of NATO versus Russia, which will soon become NATO versus China and Russia. China is going to arm Russia, whether they do it through official means or they do it through other countries, and they're going to do this because a breach on Russia's sovereignty will soon be a breach on China's sovereignty. There will be no ending in this war until those in power get more money and more power than they have right now. The United States dollar is quickly diminishing as the world's currency, the reserve currency of the world. We're seeing oil-bearing countries all across the planet begin to accept other currencies instead of the USD. This was allowed to take place for the last decades long, because the USD was backed by the military might of the United States government. And for decades, the US government would go into a country, call it a regime, and boom, there you go. We have a coup. That's no longer the case. Now we have Russia and China saying they are openly creating a new world order, a new world currency. They're creating a new economic world order. They have openly said these things in direct conflict to the acceptance of the old world order, which was the United States of America. Let me tell you, I'm not in a bunker. I'm in a house, and I am in a studio, and I'm here with lights on and talking to you only because the United States of America has been the undisputed, in many cases, military might of the world. And because that's changing, you're going to see the cushion that you have also experienced begin to lessen. That means your access to food will be not quite so accessible. Your access to good and quality medical care is already diminishing. Yes. You call the police and sometimes they don't show up until the event has already happened. These are transitions. You're in a transition period right now between a first world military might toward a third world country. You can't call America a developing country because we've already surpassed that. We have developed. So all you can say is that we are receding. We're receding in power and we are receding in capabilities. The only thing that you and I can do is prepare for as many inevitabilities or as many possibilities as we can. There is no mongering of fear. There is an acceptance of reality. We have been allowed to, as the citizens of America, to stand high and mighty for decades. But that day is changing. In fact, if you look at videos from around the world and where they ask the bloggers where they're from, the ones that say America, the people in developing countries shun them and they look down upon them. But if they say something like, I don't know, Australia, if they say something like New Zealand, the people are very accepting of them. Now, America's might is dwindling. So in our readiness, in our preparation, you need to become the survivalist of the 1970s. You need to become a person that is independent of the government around you. I don't mean that in any sort of sovereign way, though each individual should have their own freedom of rights. What I mean by that is you need to become as independent as you can from the supply chain. That means getting 3 weeks, 3 months, 6 months, maybe a year's worth of food on hand. Now you have to think about if you have to move it, because if you have a natural disaster or some sort of wider civil conflict, what are you going to do with that food if you have to leave it behind? Well, then you have to start thinking about maybe I'll place it in multiple positions. Maybe I'll have it ready in toast so that I can leave if I need to. Then you start to think about, well, I guess I need to rely more heavily on canned goods because they'll survive transit a lot better than maybe bags of flour or bags of rice. There's a lot of facets to getting ready, but the most important one is just that you start. You do something today. That means getting out there and training with getting a fire started, knowing how to shelter yourself from the elements, remembering the rule of threes. You have exactly 3 moments in time to react to impending violence or a natural disaster. It means the things that you do in those couple of split seconds could mean the difference between your life and death. Your brain can survive roughly with 3 minutes of oxygen. So if you don't get somebody's airways patched up, if you don't get that gaping chest wound taken care of, which means you need to go back to your preps and you need to have all sorts of bullet wound preps in your first aid kit. You need to have open chest wound preps. You need to have knowledge how to use them as possible. Do you vet that wound care or do you not? Do you know what to look for with a pneumothorax? You need to start thinking about these things because your ability to gain this information is absolutely free right now. You can just go on YouTube. You can read all sorts of military
Hey, how's it going?
think that's what they say. That I think that's my insurance. Okay, that was the old insurance from the first one. With the second, since the second one, I got another insurance. They had a better rate. Okay. Yes, I just have the number that they called from. They told me to call that number back. I can give that to you whenever you're ready. You ready now? Okay, take your time. Okay, let me see here. It is 1-407-871-4263. So that's four. Was that? No, no, no. They were asking too many questions, so I got them up out of there real fast. No, I haven't got anything from anybody. Just been waiting on this damn neurologist appointment. And just playing the game with because I have an out of state insurance, but it covers my health insurance as far as the immediate stuff. But as soon as they hear accident, these excuse my language, these fucks up here, they literally don't want to see me. So I'm supposed to have an appointment to I believe in a couple of days if they don't cancel it. But they're waiting until months down the line to give me a doctor date. Then when I have that date, they call me that date and they tell me that doctor has something else going on. Let me ask my wife. She knows what damn man. John, John, what's the insurance? Yeah, yeah, they really because told me I talked to my lawyer before. I didn't tell them that. I just told them that when Lindsay's here, I'll have them call you. But they're calling my wife and they're asking her questions. No questions are going to be answered. What they're going to be is added to a block list. Talk to my lawyer before I talk to them. You know what I'm saying? So I just talk to you now. Yeah. They give you a claim number yet? was going to the station. It was at work. I got sitting there. I got really behind, hard as fuck. So I didn't remember shit. And when I did remember, I got hit out of it, basically. I was literally incapacitated. That's like my 5th car accident. My brain has had enough. I don't remember a whole bunch of shit, not to include my fighting career. So I take a lot of head damages on a daily basis, and then these accidents keep happening. So I apologize. I do not remember a lot of things I'm supposed to remember. My wife's birthday is one of them. My kid's birthday is another one. My mom's birthday is another one. My brother and my sister's birthday is another one. I don't remember a lot of shit. I was going to stand in Kimbo. That's why I remember it. That's why I'm a patient. Remember, it's the patient, whatever. Standing at Kimbo. But I was coming from the suburbs going there. You know, I live in the suburbs basically. Standing at Kimbo is kind of on like 38th Street. So I put standing at Kimbo. It's like, yes, headed there. Then you start looking urban around me. You know, before I get to the highway, I got 380. Like a guy who stayed into it. My car was completely stopped, waiting to turn left. Oh no, I'm sorry, man. I got PTSD, so I'm talking. I'm not medicated right now. I hadn't smoked weed. I haven't did anything yet. No, I was already in my car. I had left my house already. As soon as they had, you know, first person. I was recalled. East Gateway. They call it Denver, but our mail says Denver. Like it's one of those fucking group. I've been punched in the head more than humanly safe, so I'm not ever going to sound any of your other comments. Yeah, I had people that had less brain injuries. They are more fucked up than me. When I'm unmedicated, though, I try to answer the question. Most people, they want the question answered in their cadence. If I knew your cadence, I would answer it in that. But I don't know your cadence, I just answer it in that. You know, I was getting on the highway, almost like the same accident. I was at the red lights. It was a left, I believe. It was a left. Hell yeah, we will, man. Even if I have to drive back over there or trace my steps back over there, like I said, I hadn't meditated or anything yet. Mushrooms, weed, nothing. I'm just going around. I was answering some emails. So if I need to get back in the car and go over there, we haven't put the car in the shop yet. Okay. Thornton, yeah, Thornton's out there too. Yeah. Yeah, I apologize for not knowing this, man. Like I said, with these brain injuries, I don't remember a lot of stuff, man. Yeah, I know. I just it would have made it easier for you. Yeah. Yeah, 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 man. I apologize though, man. Yes, I promise. I don't even want to give you that info. Yeah, 100%. But when you hear my spiel, sometimes don't think that I'm explaining it to you. Sometimes that's the way my brain works, and I've lived alone more than I lived with anybody else, so I've never had to change the way I talk. But I always adjust it for the person I'm talking to. So I never want any type of aggression or anything like that. That's not me. So what happens with me is just talking. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. I appreciate that too. Yes. Yeah, definitely. And I appreciate that. I appreciate that. That's respect. I appreciate that. Yes. Yep. And you're right about that. You're right. Yeah. 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 No, and I appreciate that. I appreciate that. No, man, I would never get mad at you, man. Never. I didn't want to hang up the phone and you thought I was mad at you. And I don't do that stuff, man. There's too many great people in the world. And you're one of them. I wouldn't get mad at you, man. Okay. Uh-huh. Established. Uh-huh. Uh, yes. Yeah. Mhm. All right. Yeah. Hell yeah. Yeah. Yeah, that would be awesome. That would be awesome. I talked to this like multi-millionaire. You wouldn't tell it by looking at him. I know you got to go, but he owns Standard Akimbo, and he had me in for interview. We had like a 3 hour interview, and I was just talking about leveraging, my past with my future and my present, as far as fighting and everything like that. And he was saying that maybe the social equity program, I possibly could be selling my situation short. He knows that I need millions of dollars to start a dispensary, but I'm kind of reading between the lines. He told me to continue to do what I'm doing, which is reaching out to these companies. I do not like 3 weeks of promotions for like a monthly charge, and then after 90 days we go back to the board and we look at the contract. He told me to keep doing that, and he's sounding like he might want to partner with me also with maybe just opening a regular dispensary, but having it only be medical because he's been opening ever since medical started. and he sells the best weed in Colorado, best price points, and all these dispensary people they kind of envy the guy. Everybody that has extended plant count, I can buy up to a quarter pound a day. Some dispensaries only have a quarter pound a day, and then they have a dispensary. So he told me just to continue doing that and don't be so quick about the social equity thing, because along with that, you got to pay a few $1,000s or something like that. So whatever I hear that's good, I'm going for it, but I'm just going to keep doing what I'm doing because my lane has no traffic in it right now. You know what I mean? But I appreciate you for telling me that, and I'm definitely I'm gonna print those out regardless. But I'm gonna try to dig into his brain a little more when I go back to the dispensary, just to figure out what he meant by selling myself short. Like, do you mean that more money can be allocated outside from this, or am I just signing my life away to this program if I was to sign it up? I don't know what he meant specifically, but seeing that he's been in the business this long and had a successful dispensary and owns 30 some odd dispensaries altogether, and a lot of them aren't here in Colorado. I'm going to see what he has to say. You know what I'm saying? I think it's not too bad. What do you think? Yeah. What he's talking about. Hell yeah. To get in. Yeah. Like, yeah. Millions, man. Millions. Yeah. 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 That's what he was telling me, but I don't remember it either. I don't know what it is. But it seems like they would do a lot for you than a lot more people would. You know what I mean? So I'm interested and I want to fill it out. Okay. Yeah. 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 Damn. Damn. Drops the mic. I didn't even realize that, man. Damn. Okay. Yes. 100%. Yes. Oh, 100% he has. 100%. If I say anything about any employee, I don't ask for anybody to get fired, but he will switch he will switch your schedule up quick because he knows that we're patients that come in all the time, and that's why he likes medical. The for sure money's in the medical market. He's told all of these growers that I know out in Area 420, I'll buy all your weed, but this shit has to be medical, medical. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of people are trying to switch over to medical and meet all those qualifications to